that there is no price to live your dream, I think. What do you think?
Absolutely. I think to pursue your dream, no matter what the cost, you may pay for that dream with your life, you may pay for it with money, with everything you have, but the satisfaction you get from realizing your dream is definitely worth it.
Is it true? I'd read that you said you were willing to give up your life for this.
I definitely was. I always told them if they tell me it's a one-way ticket, I would still take the trip.
Really?
Yes.
Leaving your family and everybody?
They knew how important this was for me. It was very difficult for me to do it, knowing that I'm really putting a lot of pressure on them, but they just knew from the beginning, from whenever I was a child, that I wanted to do this, and they respected that, and they were very, very supportive.
So from the time you first heard that, you know, man had gone to the moon, or?
Ever since I was a child, I would always gaze at the stars and always wanted to know how it feels like to be actually there. The mystery of space always drawn me to it.
Were you ever afraid? Like we were looking at that rocket, and we all saw that launch, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What did that feel like?
I thought
because you're strapped in.
Yes, you're strapped in. Your knees are to your chest because it's a very tiny space you have. And I thought I would be a nervous wreck. Told everyone, if my blood pressure is high, my heart rate is high, please don't stop the launch. I'll be fine. I'll be meditating. I'll be fine. And I sat there and I'm like, wow, I'm finally here. I'm going to be in space in a few minutes. I felt so calm and peaceful. I was surprised with myself.
So in a few minutes you were up and out there.
I was there.
How far do you have to go to see the Earth?
It took me only about maybe 10 to 15 minutes to get to orbit. So when you're there, it's amazing. You think it's so difficult, such a long trip, but it only takes a few minutes, and then you're weightless. I couldn't see the Earth immediately because I was strapped in so tight in my seat. So I had to wait until we were actually orbiting for a couple of orbits, and we were safe, and then we were able to open up the belts.
I heard you saw 32 sunsets every day.
Yes.
And sunrises.
Yes. On the station, every 90 minutes, you make an orbit. So you see a sunset and sunrise.
You go around the Earth every 90 minutes?
Yes.
Wow.
And you get to...
Wow. I want to do that.
Astronauts and cosmonauts say, you know, we love watching the Earth go by. And, you know, it means something else on Earth. When you're on the station, it literally means sitting there for 90 minutes and just watching the Earth go by. And you go...
That's incredible. Okay. So tell us about this space station. So you go to the space, you go up 220 miles, then you dock at the space station.
Yes. So you go in this tiny capsule and you travel for 2 days. You dock to the station, which takes a long time because they need to make sure you're safely, tightly docked. And then as soon as they wanted to open the hatch, the cosmonaut and astronaut who were with me told me, are you ready for the smell of space? Because it's a very unique smell, and this is the only time you can smell it. So I was ready there, and they opened the hatch, and I take a good whiff, and it smelled something like a burnt cookie. And I kept telling them, it feels weird. It's very
People
unique.
are baking in space.
I know.